Hello, you guys, and welcome to another episode of 15 Minutes Cafe. 每周三来到15 Minutes Cafe 英语咖啡馆，喝一杯老师们的本周主题特调，一起探讨国际文化、时事、职涯、网络和音乐等多元主题，轻松吸收主题相关的词汇、惯用语和常用例句哦。And today we have Klim in the house. Welcome.
安安。Hello, everyone.
So my hello is your an.
Yeah.
Got it. All right, guys. So when you hear Klim in the house, we know it's foodie time. So this month being the beginning of summer. Well, actually, I felt summer 2 months ago, but just bear with me. We're getting into the mid-summer, and we have to talk about everything that is iced. That's iced, and that's sweet, and that is dessert. Because we've talked about a lot of main dishes, a lot of starters, and it's time to talk about desserts. I think summertime is a great time for desserts. So, Klim, what is your favorite traditional Taiwanese dessert?
There's so many choices.
Your favorite one?
My favorite one? Today I will say tofu pudding.
Today is tofu pudding. Great.
Yeah.
Okay, for me, it has to go to something like shaved ice or shaved snow.
Oh.
So for those of you guys who are in Taipei, in Taichung or Kaohsiung or Tainan, wherever you are in the big cities, you guys know shaved ice and shaved snow is big. It's part of our childhoods. And also now, thanks to some of the brands going over to the Western world, now in LA, in London, and in Australia, they have shaved ice and shaved snow as well. So apart from boba, which is the original, the new bubble tea, we used to call it bubble tea. Now it's boba tea. And shaved ice is the big thing. For Klim, it's tofu pudding. And for me, it's shaved ice. But technically, Klim, we can also mix the two together, can't we?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. We can mix the two together. So your favorite store in Taipei for tofu pudding?
Do you really need to hear that?
Sure.
I told you我是个嘉义人. I was from 嘉义.
Yes. So you don't trust any Taipei tofu pudding stores?
Yeah. Not at all.
You are not helping us getting sponsors.
Because嘉义, we ate tofu pudding with soybean milk.
Really?
Yeah.
So soy on soy, right? Because tofu pudding is made from soybeans, and then soy milk is made from soybeans. So it's soy on soy.
Yeah, don't you think it's great?
For Jai people, it's great. For me, it's like, okay, too much soy. But hear me out, Klim. You're not helping us getting sponsors in Taipei. If you keep saying Jai, we need Jai sponsors. I was hoping you say something like, oh, 东区粉圆, or any of the stores that's famous for tofu pudding in Taipei. And you say Jai. But let's put it this way. In Taipei, your tofu pudding is usually in, I think, brown sugar soup, right?
Mostly.
Mostly brown sugar soup.
Mm-hmm.
So for Jai people, the soy milk, is that also sweetened soy milk or just plain soy milk?
A little sweet.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So it's soy on soy. It's just a lot of soy in the mouth.
You can put the ingredients.
Oh, okay. Technically, what I grew up with, the shaved ice with all the toppings and all the fancy dessert ingredients on top, is what you guys put on top tofu pudding and together with soy milk.
Mm.
Oh, very cool. So we definitely have to talk about some of the topping and some of these ingredients. But the base, I think, me, shaved ice, you, tofu pudding base. Great. So let's get that out of the way. I mentioned earlier, Klim, that there's shaved ice and shaved snow.
And do you know the difference?
To be honest with you, I know the difference from the visual, from looking at it. Shaved ice is like Frappuccino ice, like very fine crushed ice to me.
Uh-huh.
And sometimes that crushed ice may not be very crushed. Sometimes it could also be cut by a blade, right? It's like this round disc of ice that gets sort of shaved by a blade, but it gets crusty. It doesn't it doesn't get very soft. But shaved snow is like it's almost like cheese, you know, when they start slicing it off, it feels like cheese. So I'm assuming that they put a bit of milk in that ice.
Oh, very correct.
Really? Did I get it right?
Yeah, you get it right.
I'm so smart. Because if you shave the ice, technically ice itself, it depends on how you freeze your water, right? It's very inconsistent. So sometimes the pieces are like slices, some are chunks, some are blocks. So it's very irregular, very inconsistent. But once you add, let's say, milk or juice to the ice, you actually change the texture. So when you shave it, it gives off this very fine paper-like texture. So that's the way I understood it. I would assume, okay, shaved snow is just some additional ingredients or juice or milk in the ice.
Actually, I think it is most of ice breaks from milk.
Ding dong, 1 point for me.
And have you heard it is a kind of ice? It's named called bubble ice.
Bubble ice. I have to tell you, when I heard this name before, my mom was like, oh, I grew up with bubble ice. And I'm like, it's for oldies. So I stayed away from it. I didn't bother. I didn't bother with it, but please educate me. What exactly is bubble ice? Because my mom keeps talking about it. Oh, this is so nice. I went to your auntie's house in Taoyuan and we had some Taoyuan bubble ice. And I'm like, okay, good for you, old ladies.
Bubble ice, 泡泡冰. So your mom might tell you like 一粒泡泡冰, 远东泡泡冰, I think this.
I don't know if she knows the names, but she just tell me, oh, Papa being so nice, bubble ice so nice. And I don't get it. To me, it's sort of a very traditional type dessert. So tell me, is it shaved ice or what kind of ice is it?
I think it tastes more like sorbet.
Oh, it's more like sorbet. So can we call it Taiwan sorbet?
Maybe.
My understanding of sorbet is it's got a very soft texture. You don't taste the ice, really, right? It's almost like, and it's not very creamy. It's usually mostly made from fruits. Am I correct?
Mostly made from fruits and smoothie.
And smoothies, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So it's got a very fine texture. And that is why people say papabing, the very fine, bubbly texture. And I suppose it got its name long time ago because my mom talked about this soda flavor.
Ah, soda flavor.
Yeah, soda flavor bubble ice. So I assume that that's what gives off the pao being idea, right? Like soda.
Mm.
You know, put everything what my mom tells me together, and this is what I'm trying to understand. So we got pao being as well. Can we still get it today in Taipei? I don't think so. I think you got to go to Taoyuan, Tainan. You got to go to the countryside to get it.
Yeah, you can find it, but yeah, not that common anymore.
It's not that common. It's sad. We don't have it in the traditional markets either. Yeah, it's not available in night markets too, because we don't hear Mr. Huang talking about it. Okay, joking aside. So we got shaved ice, shaved snow, bubble ice. Now, for shaved ice and shaved snow, we have to put toppings on them. Bubble ice, do we put any toppings on them?
Bubble ice, not usually.
Not usually, right? But that's why it's more like sorbet. Sorbet is not meant to be had with other toppings. You are supposed to have sorbet and bubble ice on its own.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to add toppings. But shaved ice and shaved snow, let's talk about the toppings. And for you, of course, it's tofu pudding. So let's talk about your favorite toppings. Generally, tofu pudding, how many toppings can you put in usually a dessert set meal in Jiayi? 4 or 5 toppings? Because in Taipei, it's only 3 toppings, generally. 3 to 4.
I think generally 3, also 3, yeah.
Yeah, generally it's 3 toppings. Give me your top 3 toppings, your must-haves on your tofu pudding.
My 3 toppings, my favorite one. I think number 1 must be mung bean.
Mung beans, the green bean.
Yes.
Yeah, mung beans, green beans, very healthy, good for summer too. Yes.
But it's a joke, you know.
What do you mean it's a joke?
绿豆加薏仁.
Okay, got it? Fine. Sure. There is a shop in Taipei, 绿豆薏仁. Yeah, there is a shop in Taipei. It's not a joke, it's a real shop. Okay?
Yeah.
Mung bean and what else?
Mung bean and I think peanuts are great.
Okay, you would add peanuts? I think tofu pudding and peanuts always goes well together, right? If you don't know what to add, peanuts are always great. Good. So you got mung beans, peanuts, and your third topping.
Okay, I think barley is good.
Oh, so your 3 favorite toppings are number 1, mung beans, number 2, barley, and number 3,
Peanuts.
interesting.
And what's your favorite ingredients?
I think peanuts, if I don't know, it really depends on what I like that day. But generally, peanuts must have, and I must have pearl barley and not barley, the smaller one. The chewier one. And sometimes if you go to these shaved ice shops and they don't have barley, pearl barley, they sometimes have oats. So I can settle with oats.
Oh.
Oats, I'm okay. If they don't have barley, I'm fine. So barley is kind of chunky. I don't like it. I think pearl barley is chewy. It's nice. And it's kind of nice. You know, the texture goes well. And next, I must have tangyuan, glutinous rice balls.
Interesting.
You see, I'm going for the texture there, right? So shaved ice, it's crunchy. I want something like moji, like soft, chewy, glutinous rice ball. And then I want something that's sort of in between the pearl barley. So when I put it in my mouth, it's hard and soft and chewy at the same time.
Oh.
And of course, this all goes on. Sometimes I would ask the shop to add some either brown sugar soup or I don't know. I used to like condensed milk, not anymore. It's just too much right now for me. So I used to add condensed milk. Now it's more like, hey, just give me a dab of the brown sugar soup. Good for me. But my tofu pudding combination, always pearl barley and peanuts, nothing else. I don't care. Sometimes they ask me, hey, do you need an extra topping? And I say, no, it's perfect this way. I don't need it. It's okay. I can afford it. You know, sometimes you go and it's 60 NT for 3 toppings. And I just tell them, it's okay. I just want 2.
But this is tofu pudding. So what's your favorite ingredients with the shaved ice?
Shaved ice, I just mentioned. Tangyuan, right? Glutinous rice ball and pearl barley and also peanuts.
So you don't like fruits?
No, thank you.
Oh.
Don't need.
Mango shaved ice, very good.
Now, that's a different shaved ice, in my view, because that's not about topping. If you buy mango shaved ice, then it's mango time. If you go strawberry shaved ice, it's strawberry time. Usually it comes in a set, correct? Most of the time it comes in a set. So there's nothing to choose. You have to buy mango shaved ice. Done. No toppings. But the traditional shaved ice, you can choose your toppings. I don't know, the modern way, the traditional way, I'm not so sure. But most of the time, like my wife, every time she sees strawberry shaved ice, that's what she will have. She's a big strawberry fan. And then second in line would be mango shaved ice. And then we seldom, if we do have any type of shaved ice, once a year we would have the traditional ones. Now in Taipei, it's mostly the fancy one.
And for me, my favorite for shaved ice is taro.
Oh, okay.
Which is my boyfriend very hated.
So you would have this very sweet taro on your
very sweet taro.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's your other 2 toppings for shaved ice? Because my wife is a big fan of taro ball.
Oh, taro balls.
You like the taro chunks, right? A piece of taro.
I like taro chunks or paste.
So anything taro is good for you.
Yeah.
My wife would want taro ball.
And my boyfriend very hates it.
No, you know what? It's like coriander and parsley and cilantro. Some people's DNA, some people's taste buds just can't handle that flavor. Me, taro, no problem. But I'm sure there are taro haters out there. On the other side of the fence, the non-taro people. Okay. So you have taro, and what are your 2 other toppings?
2 toppings. I think grass jelly is very bad.
Grass jelly. Why grass jelly?
Grass jelly. 仙草.
Yeah, I mean, why?
Why grass jelly?
Grass jelly and taro, the taste don't really mix, do they? One is very herbal, one is very earthy.
What is earthy mean?
Earthy, like potatoes. You know, potatoes and peanuts are very earthy too, right? Taros are very earthy. But grass jelly has got that herb flavor.
Actually, I like the herb flavor.
You do?
I do.
So Chinese herbal teas are fine with you too?
I'm a healthy one.
Okay, you're a healthy person, sure. I'll give you that. You know, when my mom says, oh, qingcaocai is good for you, I'm like, no, thank you. It's very herbal. Not for me. Okay, and your final ingredient?
Final ingredient, I think maybe some red bean, or maybe I just add some condensed milk. Whatever.
Technically, your 2 major toppings are taro, anything taro, and grass jelly because it's a very different combination to your tofu pudding, is it? It's very different because your tofu pudding, you would never have taro with your tofu pudding.
Tofu pudding in Taipei with black sugar soup, I will.
Okay.
But in Jai, no.
Why not? What's wrong with jai taro?
跟豆浆不搭啦。
Oh. I thought you don't mind any mixture, but you do. Okay, good. At least you're normal like us, Klim. Thank you. You're normal like us. We do care about some combinations of flavors, right? Some flavors, nah. Some flavors are really great. And some flavors are very particular. Sometimes you enjoy a weird flavor. So here are some other toppings that are popular amongst, let's say, our family members and your family members too, Klim. For instance, my wife is also, other than a big fan of anything taro or taro ball, she is also a big fan of jelly cake. This yellow irregular shaped thingy. It's got a funny taste. I don't get it, but she loves it.
Funny taste.
I can't explain that taste. It's yellow. And
I'm like, a little chewy?
It's not that chewy. It's sort of jelly-like. And then it's irregular. It's not cut in a proper shape. And I always wondered why. Anyways, so she loves it. She would have it in her desserts. And then we also got pudding. Uni-president pudding. 统一布丁 sometimes. I see people do that. I don't get it either. If I want 统一布丁, if I want uni-president pudding,
me neither.
Then I just go buy pudding, but I don't add it to my desserts. But some people do. And obviously for my parents, it's all the fruits, right? Either dried fruits or mango, strawberry, or kiwi if they got any type of fruits. They think it's healthy. They want to have shaved ice with some fruits. And it's healthy day. But technically desserts are not. They're all very sugary. And my parents are big fans of condensed milk on any shaved ice.
Oh, condensed milk is very good.
Condensed milk, that's their childhood taste. For me, it's not my childhood taste because sometimes it's just a little overbearing in terms of the flavor. Condensed milk will take over your dessert. It's just very milky, very sweet. And I don't enjoy that. So I'm a big advocate for brown sugar soup. For me, brown sugar, a little bit of brown sugar soup will take you a long way. That's me. So that's the traditional dessert that we hear and see in summer. And all the international visitors would want this. Okay, my friends from Singapore, my friends from Germany, they all want this. This is the Taiwan flavor in summer. But in recent years in Taiwan, we also have a lot of fancy Western dessert, Western ice creams per se, right? And Family Mart and 7-Eleven, for one, these convenience stores, for one, have been big promoters of a very interesting ice cream flavors all over the place. And recently, I saw Family Mart promoting New Balance ice cream.
What is New Balance?
It's a grayish color, New Balance. They had a collaboration with New Balance. You can go Google this up. And I was shocked. My wife saw me checking it out at Family Mart. And she's like, why do you want New Balance ice cream? Are you weird? And I said, it just looks cool. I don't know. I'm just curious.
So what is New Balance taste like?
I didn't buy one because I wasn't sure. But it looks like black sesame ice cream.
Oh.
And these ice creams are not your Haagen-Dazs ice creams. So what do we call them, Klim? Just to test you, just to quiz you a little bit.
Okay, this kind of ice cream, I can tell you. Its name is soft serve.
Soft serve. So where do we see soft serve? Ice cream trucks, right?
Ice cream trucks or 7-Eleven.
7-Eleven in Taiwan.
Family Mart.
Yeah, Family Mart. If you want fancy soft serve in Taiwan, you go to the convenience stores. They've got fancy stuff. And I remember a year or two ago, people would go and hunt down different convenience stores for soft serve because it's not widely available at all the stores. I don't know if you remember this, Klim. It was all over the news. People would go run to a different part of Taipei. They go to Sanchong and then they go to Danshui. They go wherever to go hunt down some special soft serves. And it was all over Instagram. But New Balance,
I don't get
eating
it.
Shoes. It's a what does it taste like? Like New Balance. Stinky shoes. No. I'm gonna kill our sponsors again. Okay, we welcome New Balance to sponsor our show. Thank you. Yes, we can do something about New Balance. Okay, love your ice cream, by the way. So it's very, very cool because having soft serve in Taipei, or at least in Taiwan right now, through convenience stores, through their brand collaborations, it's very cool nowadays. I don't get it. For me, soft serve is just plain old vanilla ice cream. You can get it at McDonald's, right? And convenience stores. But today, all the convenience stores have made it cool. So good for you guys. Soft serve.
Will soft serve melt it when it become milkshake?
When soft serve melts, will it become milkshake?
Milkshake.
I don't know. I never tried because I would never waste my soft serve like that, Klim. Have you tried it? Do you think it'll become milkshake? I don't think so. I doubt it.
I've never tried.
Yeah, we shouldn't. Don't waste your soft serve. Don't do it, kids. Don't waste your soft serve. Start licking your ice cream. When you get it, just start licking like crazy. Okay? Don't let it melt and don't let it drip. Okay? But with a soft serve, my favorite part of a soft serve is the sugar cone.
Oh, the sugar cone.
Yeah. Some sugar cones are very cookie-like. Some sugar cones are just very soft and soggy. So it depends. If you get a good sugar cone, yummy. Yeah. Love a good sugar cone with soft serve. That's me. And then, of course, we talked about sorbet these days. Sorbet is also kind of cool. I mean, my favorite sorbet would be Movenpick sorbet.
Oh, really?
I'm a big fan of Movenpick. Yes. Movenpick sorbet, guys, go and try it out. I love the apricot sorbet. You know why? Because apricot is a fruit that I grew up with in South Africa.
Oh.
We have apricot jam, apricot ice cream. We have apricot yogurt. And I'm a big fan of apricot over peach, actually. I'm not a big peach person, but apricot, yummy. That's me. And they've got a lemon sorbet, which I also think is a very good sorbet if you're looking for something that's very light. Their lemon sorbet is pretty good. So that's where I learned my sorbet from. And then the rest of the fancy sorbet places, they get too expensive for me. So Movenpick sorbets. But of course, we got to move on to another Western dessert, a Western ice cream that everybody thinks it's kind of cool and it's really expensive today. It's gelato.
Very fancy.
Fancy, cool, good as a gift, and expensive. Gelato.
Gelato.
And in gelato, Taiwan people call it Italian ice cream. So I had to correct my wife because she's like, oh, let's go have Italian ice cream. And I said, no, that's not called Italian ice cream. It's called gelato. And she's like, yeah, whatever. Fine. Gelato, gelati, whatever. So people don't really bother with the real name. It's called gelato. When I hear people not using proper names, it's really, really upsetting.
And do you know the difference from gelato and normal ice cream?
To me, no. I don't care. I just think it's like normal ice cream, but an Italian person is selling it. Come eat my ice cream. My ice cream is very tasty. You know, like Mario and Luigi, and that's it. So to me, it's a fancy ice cream that middle-class people shouldn't touch. It's for the rich. Honestly, for me, I think sorbets and ice cream and soft serve is already too much for me to have. And so I've never ventured into gelato. Please do tell me, what is actually the difference between gelato and our average ice cream?
Okay, I think the most difference is gelato typically contains more air and lower fat.
Excuse me? Gelato typically contains more air.
Yeah.
And why are they selling it at a higher price? If you give me more air...
Tastes light.
But I'm paying for air. I'm angry now. I'm a little upset. Contains more air, and you're selling it to me at a higher price. How dare you? What's wrong with people?
And contains lower butter fat.
Lower butter fat. Okay, I can understand that. I can relate to that because people want healthier ice creams, right? They want lower fat ice creams, lower sugary ice creams. I'm okay with that. I'm all down with that. But give me more air in my ice cream and calling it an Italian name and selling it to me at a higher price? Somebody help me. I don't understand this. What's wrong with us? Why are we okay with this? So the benefit is lower fat, but I give you an airy feel. It feels lighter. It doesn't feel too rich, too heavy. And then you pay how much? Double the price for normal ice cream? Italian people, right? They do know how to sell their foods, huh? Obviously, I wouldn't know any good gelato places because that's not me. What would be a good gelato place to go and try if you want to try an airy, full of air ice cream?
I remember there's a shop, it's named called Double V.
Double V.
Mm-hmm.
I think my wife talked about it one time.
Oh, really?
And I shut her down. I said, no, we're not going to eat
Why?
ice cream like that. She says, oh, Double V, blah, blah, blah. And I shut her down. So if you guys have tried Double V, please do let me know. We haven't tried it yet, so maybe this summer I will have to take my wife and go and try airy ice cream and charging us a higher price. You know what I mean?
You're killing the sponsor again.
Yes. It's okay. Gelato sponsors, don't come this way, please. Shaved Ice and Shaved Snow and Family Mart, 7-Eleven, please come this way. We welcome you. We want the affordable desserts. Thank you. And something that is super American, I don't know if it's still popular today, please do tell me, Klim, is the McDonald's sundae. Do people still eat McDonald's sundae?
I don't see people eat sundae.
Yeah. So a long time ago, I remember I heard about sundaes. In South Africa, we don't have sundaes, but I heard about sundaes from a store in Taiwan that's super ancient, Swenson's. Yeah, Swenson's. They had American sundaes. I didn't understand what it is, but it's a big glass full of ice cream and a little bit of, it looks like cake even. It looks like something inside, fruits. It's a big thingy. And that's where I learned, oh, that's too big for me. Sundaes are too big for me. But in South Africa, if you want a sundae at McDonald's, it's kind of boring because it's just jam on ice cream. They have this strawberry jam, cranberry jam on ice cream, and they call it a sundae.
Sounds like 冰旋风.
That's Oreo McFlurry. So what was popular in Taiwan is the McFlurries. So they have a little spoon in the middle and they spin the ice cream, and then they add Oreo crunches into the ice cream and they mix it in. If you don't have sundae, the next thing that Japanese people like is called that looks very much like sundaes, actually.
It's a French word.
It's parfait. Parfait, right? Parfait.
Very fancy word.
And how much air does it have? Let me guess. Extra air for you too, right? I tried parfaits in Japan, not in Taiwan.
Mm-hmm.
And I was surprised because it's huge. And I think Japanese people, I don't know why their foods are so small, but their parfaits are so big. I don't get it. When you order food, it comes in a very small piece on a big plate, but their parfaits, big. My wife and I couldn't finish a parfait.
I wonder, John, could you recognize parfait and sundae?
I can't distinguish between parfait and sundae, but I can tell you one thing. Parfaits generally look more beautiful, more well presented and layered. You could see the layers. So it could be a layer of cake, a layer of fruits, a layer of ice cream, a layer of everything to mix that texture together. Mm-hmm. So it's not like sundae where it's just the core of sundae would be ice cream and just jam. That's what I understood it to be. Parfait is slightly fancier. There's a mixture of food in there in different layers. So tell me if I'm correct.
差不多啦.
Okay, I'm almost there.
Yeah, almost there.
Yeah, so parfait is the fancy stuff.
Mm-hmm. Parfait is usually served in a long, tall, raised cup. While sundae is served in a round container.
Respect. Different type of containers. Sure, respect, no problem. And of course, different pricing. Why don't we ask our 15 Minutes family to let us know which parfait store is worth visiting this summer?
I wonder where is the parfait store. Yeah. I think people most eat parfait in the coffee shop.
In the coffee shop. So there is no single store for parfait, but parfaits are somewhere part of the dessert menu in cafes or stores. So let's have this for the 15 Minutes family. You guys let us know. We are down to parfaits right now, okay? We have our favorites and the stores that we generally visit, but parfaits, why don't you give us a recommendation of a good parfait that you've had recently and that we should visit very soon this summer? You let us know and we'll give you a shout out and then we will make it a thing. Klim and I, we will go and try out your parfait. and let you know if it's going to be part of our recommended list. So today we've covered from the traditional type of desserts like shaved ice, and we went on to the Western ice cream, soft serve, and we also talked about the fancy gelatos and the parfaits of the world. So guys, we hope you enjoyed today's topic about the ice creams in Taiwan and outside of Taiwan. Wherever you are in the world, try the ice cream. Send us a picture on your Instagram or tag us on your Instagram with an ice cream picture. Whatever you do, let us know that you're having a great time with your ice cream or your iced desserts. And we will give you a shout out in the next episode. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we will see you in the next 15 Minutes Cafe. And before we leave, Klim, please share your channel with 15 Minutes family. Please tell them your podcast name and also how to reach your podcast.
OK， 欢迎来收听我的节目，宁可当吃货 Being a Foodie， 在各大 podcast 平台都可以找得到哟。
All right, so guys, make sure you go check out Being a Foodie, 宁可当吃货, and go and subscribe and check out Klim's new episodes as well. And we will see you in the next 15 Minutes Cafe. Ciao, you guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.